what I'd like to do is just invite some commentary from Penny, Margaret and Robert on the day. Just some final comments from them. So, Penny, shall I start with you? Do you want to do it from there or do you want to come up here?
I'll just do it from here. Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Oh, forget that. First of all, it's just a fantastic day. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming. I've spoken to a number of you on the phone or email or whatever. So after 3 years of working on this, through the ups and downs of trying to get resources in the NHS, to actually see everybody come together, supported by the NHS Institute, to inform a national strategy, and Martin McShane, I think it's just a fantastic opportunity, and thank you very much for all your thoughts, reflections, experience to inform that. I train in public health, so I have done needs assessments and written strategies and tried to implement them, working with clinicians across organisational boundaries, and I know that that's really, really hard. And so I really like this approach that Robert has suggested, which is let's just go out and do what we can do. I think my reflection of the day is actually everyone's up for it, and we know that something needs to happen, and health coaching is one of the ways that we can train clinicians so that they empower patients a little bit more. It may not be the only way. But I still think there's a lot of questions to be answered. I don't think we're going to have that strategy. I don't think we've got a system that's going to accept that strategy right now. Although, you know, we really want to aim towards the house model, and that is the delivery system that we aspire to, I don't think it should stop us just getting on and talking to colleagues and saying, hey, you know, this seems a really good thing. How do we try and talk to patients in a different way? How do we try to make sure that we don't instantly go for that disease model, and how do we help patients use their own resources a little bit more? So, as Margaret said just now, let's just have a stab at it. It may be imperfect, and I hope over the next few years that we can pool our collective knowledge so that in a few years' time, if we came back together, we would have a few more of these answers. So while I think there was, you know, a pilot might be a dirty word, I think we need a bigger pilot to really help answer some more of these questions. But not let that get in the way of action. So those are my reflections on the day. I'm sure you'll have a lot more.
First, thank you, Sue. Sue and I met last summer. It's been a great privilege to be here and be part of this conversation, and also just to appreciate how, in a way, I think we are all on the same page, and we're further ahead maybe than we might imagine. There's really one point I want to add to, which is that the principles for coaching oneself or being the coach for another human being, whether you're a professional or a physician doing the coaching skills, are the same as the principles for organizational change, because organizations are simply organizations of people. And so I would just suggest that you might want to consider the same principles of mindfulness and curiosity and connection and empathy and growing and evolving and accepting, and these same principles are the same principles that need to happen with organizational. So the simpler you can make it, the simpler those set of competencies that you can say to the person who drives the taxi, and they'll get, you know, that doesn't happen when I go see my doctor. So I'd say just aligning around those simple principles of what makes us all thrive can be a guiding path for the journey forward. And I hope we can do more to connect what we're doing across the Atlantic and what we're doing here, because I have learned a lot. It's brought new questions and ideas today, and so hopefully we can cross-fertilize our experience.
I've been really excited by the fact that we've, I think, heard a really clear message today of purpose and possibility. I think we've got a really clear sense of purpose that we have growing numbers of people in this country living with multiple medical problems that medicine can't cure. And the current paradigm doesn't serve them well enough. and it's not sustainable for the NHS. I think we've heard a really clear sense that it's time for a paradigm shift for us to share knowledge and decisions and power with people living with long-term conditions. And it's been great hearing the consistency of that message. But I think there's also been a real sense of possibility, and for me that's been the most encouraging thing, because I've been struggling with this for a long while, thinking, yes, but how are we going to make this a reality? How can I, as a GP, and my colleagues, and us as system leaders, make it a reality? And I think in health coaching, we've got a simple and accessible tool that can help us move into that new paradigm. It's not the only thing that's necessary. It's going to take some commitment, it's going to take some skills, and it's going to take some changes in the system around it to make it work sustainably at scale. But I think we've got a real possibility there, and I think we could go out of here with an ask for people, which is, who's up for taking 2 days out to get skilled up for this? And then just give it a try. And we've got hands going up already, which is fantastic. And it's that simple. I think it's that straightforward. That's how you make change happen. And I think we've got both sense of the possibility and the purpose that's going to make it happen. I'm glad you're on this journey with us. I hope that we get a chance to meet again, perhaps in 6 months or a year. And having measured some of what we've achieved, we can celebrate how much we've achieved. So thank you for coming.